how to download and install Metatrader 4 on any Android device, and then how to set up a demo account and some basic training on how to use the app. First, we're going to go to our App Store and we're going to type in Metatrader 4. And then you'll see the Metatrader 4 pop up. We'll hit install. Once installed, you can open from here or open it from the home screen on your phone. You will get a couple of pop-ups on your phone and you can hit accept to both. Once you hit accept, you should be looking at a screen like this one. Now what we want to do first is we want to set up a demo account. There's actually a demo account already associated with Metatrader 4, but we're going to delete that account and we're going to add one that allows us to trade more symbols, more trading instruments, more trading pairs. So up in the upper left-hand corner, we're going to hit the menu button and we're going to hit the top where it says Manage Accounts. Now this account here that you see on the screen with the $0 is the one we're going to delete. So go ahead and tap on it and hit the three dots in the upper right-hand corner and then hit Delete Account. Confirm with yes. Now we want to add the demo account of our choice. For this training, go ahead and hit Open Demo Account. We're going to use a broker called Hugo's Way because they have a lot of options for us to trade with. They have all the cryptocurrencies, indices, etc. Type in a few letters of Hugo's, and when the choice comes up, go ahead and select it. Now go ahead and fill in the information here and make sure you follow the instructions, such as minimum 6 characters for your name. And you can enter your real number, fake number, doesn't matter. This is a fake number for me. And I'll put in a fake email. And then down at the bottom, we're going to leave everything the way it is except where it says deposit 100,000 US dollars. We're going to tap there and we're going to change that to 3,000, which is a more realistic amount for most people. Go ahead and hit done on your keyboard and hit create account. This information you don't need to save, but if you want to, you can take a screenshot, you can write it down, you can hit the copy to clipboard button in the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and hit done. Now we're back to that screen that we got when we first downloaded the app. Okay, so down at the bottom on the left is the quote screen, and that's the screen we're looking at. This shows you all of the various trading instruments or symbols that you can trade. And then the next tab to the right is the chart screen. So you can see the actual candle chart of any trading instrument that you have set up on your MetaTrader. The next tab on the bottom to the right is the trade tab. And this is where we can enter our trades. As you can see, we have a $3,000 balance from the demo account we just set up. And then to the right of that is the history tab, which will show us the history of any trades that we have already closed. And then besides that is news and messages, which I'm not going to go over. Now we're going to go back to the quote screen at the left. And as you notice here, there's only a handful of trading pairs, symbols, whatever you want to call them here. And we can add more by hitting the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. And we can either find them through these folders, or we can simply type in what we're looking for. So in this case, let's say we want to look for BTC USD, which is Bitcoin. We can type BTC and the BTC choices come up. And when I select BTC USD by tapping on it, it will disappear. And that means it has been added to my quote screen. As you can see there, it disappeared. Now I'll add one more. I'll add USD MXN for US dollar Mexican peso. And then I'm going to tap on it. It will disappear. I'm going to hit the back button in the upper left-hand corner. Back to the quote screen. Now you can see that BTC USD and USD MXN have been added to the bottom. Now in the upper right also, next to the plus sign is the edit button. What we can do here is we can choose that. It allows us a couple options. If I hit the trash can button, it means I can delete a couple of different currency pairs, whichever ones I want. I'll just delete those 3 for now for an example. And they're gone. What else we can do from this screen, which we are still in edit mode, is we can drag these symbols around in whatever order we want. So as you can see, I grabbed the top one. I'm just going to drag it to the bottom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit the back button, upper left-hand corner. and then we're going to look at the charts screen. So I'm just going to review quickly what you're looking at here. These candles are set up by default, and you can look to a more advanced training video on how to manipulate this screen, how to change the color of the background, how to change the candles, how to change your time frame that you're looking at, how to change your currency pair, how to add or remove indicators, and so forth. The next tab at the bottom is the trade screen. So this is where we actually place trades, and this is where we want you to get the most value out of this short video, right? This is not a video where we expect you to become a MetaTrader expert. Matter of fact, you haven't even really gotten into the academy and you haven't started learning how to trade. We just want you to get familiar with this app so that you're not afraid of it. You start practicing with it and you start playing around with it. So what we do to place a trade is you see the paper with the plus sign in it in the upper right hand corner. That's actually our orders button. And if we tap that, it opens up our order screen, which is basically where we trade from. Now on mine it says market execution. On yours it might say instant execution, means the same thing. And what it means is that we are potentially getting into a trade right now at the exact price that the market is at. And we're going to do a couple examples of a couple trades. Also, notice here in the right underneath market execution, it says 0.01. Yours might say 1.00 by default. When you tap there, you can change that button to anything you want, or you can change that number to anything you want. Okay. Now, I recommend as a beginner and just for practicing that we actually change that to a 0.01. And then down below, you see the price of where Bitcoin is at. It's actually a spread there, a low and a high. And then on the left, you see some zeros, and on the right, you see some zeros. The zeros on the left represent your stop loss, and that's why there's a red line under it. And the zeros on the right represent your take profit. Right now, we're going to enter a market execution buy without setting a stop loss or a take profit. So right now, towards the bottom right, I'm just going to go ahead and hit buy market. Order has been placed. Now you can see here, we now have something on our screen which we didn't have before. This is our Bitcoin buy of a 0.01 lot size. It shows we're negative 654. Every trade you enter from the beginning will start in the negative. You'll learn that later why in your training. Okay. And so let's go to the order button again in the upper right. And this time we'll just do a sell for Bitcoin. We'll leave all the other parameters the same. We'll do a sell. Now, once again, you're going to see that we're also in the negative with the sell a little bit as well. Okay, now we're going to modify and change these trades. The way you do that is if you tap on the trade, you'll see some information about it. Okay, now we didn't set a stop loss or a take profit, so there's no information to see there. But if we long press on the trade, it gives us an option. We can close it, we can place a new order, we can modify the order, and we can look at the chart of this pair. So for this example, I'm going to hit close. And you see at the bottom, at the very bottom, it says close with loss. So it's just making sure that I want to close. Even if it was a profit, it would also ask for a confirmation. When I tap that, the trade will now be closed. As you can see now, the buy trade is still remaining, but the sell trade is missing. So if I look at the bottom and I go to the tab to the right, which I told you was the history tab, you can see now the history of the Bitcoin trade that I closed in a loss. Also, you can see the profit is 879 in the minus, but the trade only says 874. If we tap this sell idea, it will show us the data again, and we can see there was also a 5-cent commission that the broker took on this trade, which is why we have an $8.79 loss instead of $8.74. Okay, we're going to go back to the trade screen, which is the tab to the left of this history screen. And this time we're going to long press on this and we're going to hit modify. Okay, and modify means that you can change your stop loss and you can change your take profit. So I'm going to go ahead in the stop loss area here and I'm going to tap my finger and I'm going to modify this. And so we have to, for a stop loss, we want to be lower than the current price if it's a buy. So I'm just going to put 28,000. And then for the take profit, we have to be at some higher point than the current price. So I'm just going to put 30,000. And now I'm going to hit modify. Now the trade is still there, exact same trade. Only thing is now when I tap on it, you can see the stop loss information and the take profit information that's there. Now just a quick note, what that means is we can let this trade run, and we can let it run for days, hours, weeks, months, and eventually the price will either hit 28,000 or it will hit 30,000. If it hits 28,000, we lose the trade. If it hits 30,000, we win the trade. Now, that's a very basic way to explain it, and you learn more about that in your training. If I tap that again, I can hide it, and I'm going to go ahead and close this trade as well. I'm just going to hold down, close order, close with loss at the bottom, and now it's done. Now you can see my balance has gone down a little bit to reflect the 2 trades that I closed at a loss. That concludes the training. You can watch a more advanced video for more advanced tips on Metatrader 4.